magkakaroon ng deficit, may deficit na kasi nga kulang ang contribution,
Right.
kukuha sila dun sa reserve fund. Pag yan nagalaw ng masyado, baka pati yung benefit ng pangkalahatan, not just for a particular sector, baka maapektuhan. Ayaw natin mangyari yun kasi may magandang mga benefits na nilalabas for 2026, tapos pinaganda pa lalo for 2027. Sana tuloy-tuloy ang program, sana mapondohan lahat.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. Noong 2019, nag-umpisa po ang Universal Healthcare Law. Bakit po pataas ng pataas pa rin ang iniluluwal na pera ng Pilipino para sa pagpapagamot? Sa aking panukalang batas po, Madam Chair, kaya po ba na i-cover ng PhilHealth ang 30% ng kabuang bayarin sa ospital? I've been battling for this since I was still in Congress, Madam Chair.
So, Mr. President, that's why ang goal natin sa budget na ito ma-augment pa nga ang zero balance billing kasi habang dumadami at dumadami naman talaga in fairness naman sa PhilHealth at gumaganda yung coverage nung scope ng mga benefit packages, syempre mahal po yun. Mahal yun para sa mga ospital dahil dinadamihan na nga at mas malawak yung serbisyong binibigay, mas mahal yun. So tayo naman, because we want the people, especially those that have less financially, to be covered, meron tayong zero balance billing. At yun yung dinadagdagan natin ng pondo para masigurado natin na yun nga, uuwi sana sila na zero. Hindi ko ma-promise yun kasi hindi ko talaga alam kung sufficient dahil yung earlier interpellation ko mismo sa DBM, almost 300 billion yung utang ng gobyerno sa PhilHealth. Sana kung nandun yun, siguro talagang mapapatupad natin tong zero balance billing para wala nang babayaran yung mga kababayan natin. But I mean, what I'm excited about is that pati sa mga LGU hospitals, nakarating po dyan ang subsidies natin para kasi dati, ang unang sinabi is sa DOH hospitals lang. So, kawawa naman din po yung mga mayor natin dahil sila ho ang sinisingil ng mga constituents nila sa mga LGU hospitals. Siyempre, the people do not differentiate, DOH hospital ba to? LGU hospital ba ito? So, tayo, nilagyan na natin ng pondo para kahit sa hospital pumunta, DOH or LGU, may dagdag na pondo. And kulang pa, but we're getting there.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I'm not sure kung natanong na po ito ni Senator Ontiveros, pero tatanong ko po yung mahabang pila sa mga public hospitals. Ito lang po, malapit po sa amin, ito po East Avenue Medical Center sa gabi. Sabi nila, mga nag-aantay daw yun para makapasok. May sabi ng iba, mga bantay daw yun. Ganun din po doon sa National Children's Hospital, dito po sa May Rodriguez. Paggabi din sa paligid po, sa lampak po sa sidewalk. Parang nagiging normal na sa Pilipinas kapag may sakit ka at kailangan mong paggamot sa mga public hospitals, pipila ka o magka-camp out ka para lang masiguro na magagamot ka. Paano ba natin po mapuputol itong ganitong klaseng kalakaran? Kasi nga, may sakit na nga, Madam Chair, ang sama na ng pakiramdam mo, yung iba buntis pa o matanda na. Bakit parang kailangan pang mas mahirapan sila bago sila makapagpagamot? Sa totoo lang po, nakakababa po ng moral ito. Paano po kaya labanan yung karamdaman mo kung ganito yung trato sa'yo? At I'm sorry, siguro talagang, so what do we plan to do with this, Madam Chair?
So, this is our situation, Mr. President. As our hospitals get better, and I have to say, I've seen them get better because I was chairman of the Committee on Health for 9 years since 2004, and I'm now handling the budget of health for the last 6 years. So nakita ko yung changes over the last 20 years. In fairness, significant naman po, no? So of course, people want to avail of that. Dati, honestly, yung survey, the poorest don't even bother to go because wala silang pambayad. So there was a survey in the early years na ang binabayaran ng PhilHealth puro private hospitals kasi hindi na nag-aabala yung mahirap pumunta sa ospital dahil wala namang zero balance, walang ganon. So, Now we're in a situation where hindi pa naman perfect ang zero balance, but the goal is na mabawasan kung pwede nga umuwi sila ng walang binabayaran. So, hindi na masyado takot yung tao pumunta, pero may takot pa rin. Pero we're encouraging them to go. And then, syempre, ang gusto nilang puntahan, yung regional hospital, DOH hospital. Kasi dun ho nabubuhos yung pondo sa mga equipment, pati sa specialista. Kasi was it 2 to 3 years ago when we passed the law where we now have specialty hospitals, specialty centers na nakadikit sa regional hospital. So, pupunta talaga sila doon. But so what we have to do is also educate people that we not everybody has to go there. In fact, it's a issue close to my heart kasi as a woman, as a mother, nakita ko na syempre kung gusto mo dun ka manganganak dun sa ospital. So yung maliliit na ang tawag doon laying in, birthing center, lying in, not necessarily gusto lang pumunta. So nangyari, may mga ospital na dinikit na lang nila. Nagtayo na lang ng lying in para the confidence then of the mothers na katabi lang nila yung ospital, nandyan lang. So on that note, itong DOH now has bukas centers. These are urgent care facilities to decongest the hospitals, but they can provide the services needed by most of the people. So if kailangan, pwede naman mag-overnight to, di ba? Pwedeng inpatient. Hindi kailangan, pero pwede. Pwedeng inpatient, pwedeng out. Of course, i-refer naman yun sa tamang hospital kung kasi si urgent care nga lang urgent lang, hindi yung pangmatagalan. So the bukas centers, there are 58 of them, community-based, but hospitals like East Avenue has opened its own in-house bukas kasi nga sa dami talaga ng pumupunta doon.
Madadagdagan pa ba itong urgent care, Madam Chair? Kasi sa abroad, sa US, marami ka rin makikita ng mga urgent care. So doon nilang pupunta, pa-check up or something, di po ba? Hindi na, then nadidiklag po yung hospital. Nababawasan po yung pila dahil nasa urgent care na lamang yung mga pasyente. Madadagdagan po ba ito, Madam Chair?
Yes, sir. 31 ang naka-schedule for next year at naka-budget na po yun.
Moving on, Madam Chair, thank you. Sa PWD naman po, based on a 5-page legal opinion issued by the DOJ in January, establishments cannot deny PWDs their 20% discount and 12% VAT exemption on the ground that the authenticity of PWD ID cards presented to agencies, restaurant shops, or stores are doubtful because this cannot be ascertained at the time of their presentation. Note that while verification is conducted to the Department of Health, PWD registry, the registry does not yet contain the complete listing of PWDs in the country for various reasons. Question 1 po, can an establishment deny PWDs the 20% discount on the basis of fake ID, even if the disability is apparent? Can an establishment deny PWDs their discount on the basis of fake ID? Baka nagdududa siya na fake po yun. Even if the disability is apparent.
Sorry, nalito lang po ako kasi sabi ko, tayo napunta sa tindahan ni DOH to. Sorry. So the secretary is explaining that DOH is the one that registers the PWDs. How the master list is so kayo nag-update yan. However, ang LGU ang nag-i-issue ng ID. So may lag of time yan na minsan may ID na tapos hindi pa yan encoded. So paano nila isosolve yun? So, of course, the first thing is we are requesting the LGUs na pag-issue mo ng ID, pa-encode na kaagad, agad-agad, no? So, pero ano ba kayo? Parang, what do you call that? Like real time? Real time naman. So, may lag din sa LGU. So, well, maybe you can issue more, some more advisory sa LGU kasi kawawa nga yung pasyente. Kaya yun yung tinatanong ko na paano nangyari yun. dahil nga hindi na re-register pero mag-i-issue ka agad ng card.
All right. My question, Madam Chair, my follow-up question will be, paano kung talagang, physically handicapped ka, talagang pilay ka, you only have one leg, pero you have fake PWD ID. Is it okay or i-deny niya kasi fake yung ID or expired yung ID? Ano ho ang prinsipyo rito? Ano ho ang susundin na rule?
Meron ng opinion ng DOJ. Sabi ng DOJ, denial and withholding PWD benefits privileges solely because the authenticity of the PWD ID card cannot be verified at the time of presentation does not comply with the existing laws and implementing rules and regulations. So katulad nung binigay niyong example, nakitang-kita naman na PWD, hindi po sila dapat i-turn away at kailangan ibigay yung kanilang discount.
My other question, Madam Chair, ang PWD IDs po ba ay subject to renewal? Kahit po yung kanyang disability ay inborn or kitang-kita naman, one leg na lang po or isang mata na lang or talagang meron po siyang disability sa paningin, bulag po. Bakit po kailangan i-renew ang PWD IDs for PWD with permanent disability? Why is that?
Hindi po aware ang secretary kung ano yung validity ng mga IDs, pero maybe in the interest of helping our PWDs, magkaroon tayo ng clear guidelines para standardize ang implementation, issuance ng mga IDs. Ay katulad nun, talaga namang naputulan ng paa, hindi natutubo yun, di ba? So, hindi nga kailangan nga ng ID, sabi ni Secretary. So, baka guidelines na lang. So, yun, hindi nga kailangan pumila. Ba't hindi sila aware kung ano ba yun, annual ba yun, or... Kasi, tinanong ko rin paano kung temporary lang yung sakit? Wala naman daw ganun. Kasi kung temporary yun, hindi daw yung PWD. Ang PWD is medyo lifetime na...
Kasi, Madam Chair, meron po mga PWDs, kailangan diabetic, diabetic ho yung tao, or PWD, or may cancer, PWD, paano kung gumaling ho yun? So, kailangan siguro na renewal, pero yung mga kitang-kita naman, talagang meron siya disability sa paningin, putol ho yung isang paa niya. I believe, hindi na kailangan niya mag-renew siguro ng PWD ID.
Uy, maising sagot lang. Huwag mo na akong kwentuhan ng mahaba. Hindi. So ano sagot natin doon sa I'm still searching for an answer, Your Honor.
Oh, Madam Chair, for the clarification of the Madam Chair and the Secretary, this representation filed a bill this month na hindi na po kailangan i-renew ang ng mga PWDs na may permanent disability. I just hope na it will pass very soon.
Okay.
We have filed a
So may
bill.
bill pala tayo. Yeah. Okay, so to be clear, 5 years validity yung ID. And then they distinguish between non-apparent and apparent disability. Pag apparent, hindi mo na nga kailangan hingan ng ID. Pero pag non-apparent, yeah, the establishment can ask for an ID.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Meron ba tayong unified PWD ID system, Madam Chair?
Okay. So DSWD plans to do that, Mr. President. It is not yet existing though.
Would you happen to know, Madam Chair, kung i-incorporate po ba ang PWD ID sa ating national ID? Para hindi na po
Well,
dalawang ID
yes,
niya?
that seems like a good idea, Mr. President.
Moving on, Madam Chair, cancer patients, according to NAP, the amount of 1,250 million pesos appropriated herein for Cancer Assistance Fund shall be used to fund the cost of cancer prevention, screening, early detection, diagnosis, treatment, and its care-related components